And once again, we meet on YouTube. You know, there comes a time in every man's life when he has to put away his toys and bring out the big boy toys, the power tools, like the old drill and like the old Dremel tool. That's what it's going to take to remove the tube sockets and a couple of other items around the outside of this chassis. This old busted, this is called A8. It's a broken adjustable capacitor. Had a screw right there. The screw's gone, and the thing that was sitting on top is broken off or gone. I'm probably going to have to come up with some kind of a different deal for that. I can buy, I think, something similar to that. That'll work. I may have to drill some holes different there to mount it in, but it'll be adjustable. Meanwhile, we're going to take this old drill and this drill bit, and we're going to put it in these little rivets that hold these sockets in. And we're going to drill each rivet out of the sockets. There's 2 per socket. So we need to get started on that right now. Alright, it's just a matter of getting the drill up there in the center of the rivet, and then kind of go slow and easy. Now you got to make sure your drill bit is very sharp. You don't want some dull piece of crap. If you have to, go downtown, get yourself a drill bit. Now after a while, these things will begin to spin on you, and you're going to have to maybe go at it at an angle like this, which will kind of help keep that from happening. You kind of go back and forth a little bit until the rivet's out. Alright, sometimes they start spinning really early on you, but if you can get kind of a little drill sort of going down in there and sort of ream out some of the metal, you can take a pair of your dikes, back to the toys again, and lay them on there and just kind of close them together all the way around with the flat dikes, just like that. Then it's just a matter of taking a little screwdriver and pushing right down in there. Look at there, she's going right down in. Just like that. A little tap doesn't hurt a little bit. You can kind of tap on the screwdriver if you want, or something sharp. You know, you can even use like a little Phillips end here, you know. Let me tap on that and see what happens. Yeah, I just took a quick tap on the end. I just used I have a monkey or a adjustable wrench here. I just tapped on it, just a very light tap, and look at it, it went right on through. There it is. That's all you got to do. And actually, let's see, these are sticking up pretty far in the air. I wonder if I can just do this without even drilling. Last time I had to drill and before I could close them up or anything. Oh, they're closing up pretty good. Look at there. Oh my goodness. This is working a lot better than I thought. I don't think this is going to work on every socket, but I'm going to try to do it on this one. You need a good pair of dikes. These rivets in here are pretty soft. They're not very hard. Just got to kind of close them up just like that. Makes life a whole lot easier. There we go. I think I just about got it. Yeah. Look at there. Fell right out. Oh man, look at that. Doesn't get any easier, folks. That's what I'm going to do with the rest of these sockets. These 2 over here are going to be a little more difficult than that. Alright, it's taken me all of 5 minutes to get the remaining, this socket out here, this socket loose, and one side of this socket. 5 minutes. This is going to be an awful short video if it keeps going this good. I thought I'd let you see one more I'm going to go ahead and take out. Just go ahead and get it with a very sharp pair of dikes. There's one. We're going to be replacing these with screws, nice screws. And then this comes off there like that. Just kind of get close. And then, bingo, there it is. The socket is loose. Boy, was that easy. A lot easier than I thought. A whole 10 minutes it took to get those sockets loose. Every one of them is loose. Just snip them off. Those rivets were sticking up much higher than I anticipated. Okay, we're going to have to grind these 2 rivets off right here from the back side, from back in here. And that's what this is for. Quick grind. This thing will come right off. These I've already checked with this wrench. They are loose. I was going to maybe figured I had to soak. They come right loose. Not a problem at all. Look at that. They're going to unscrew. So these 3 shafts will go inside. The last thing we have to do, there is another one of those adjustable capacitors on the rear of this thing. And I'll have to grind out this rivet and this rivet, because this is I think that's A4, whereas A8 is in the front. And this is where the speaker socket was. We won't be using this speaker socket. It's all busted to pieces anyway, but I'm going to have to grind out. I'm going to drill out these rivets here, or I may elect to leave them in and just remove the socket. I'm not sure. Probably going to wind up drilling them out. I may need those holes for something. Who knows? Alright, let's go ahead and turn this baby around. Grind off these 2. And then the last thing. There's a bunch of screws on top of here. We got a screw here that has to come out. That holds the oscillator coil in. The oscillator coil screw. Then we have a screw here, a screw here, a screw here, and a screw over here. We got to remove all of those. Oh, we got one more. One more over here in the corner. Now those screws we're getting ready to remove, they go on down through, and they hold a lot of little terminal boards. And they all have nuts on them, like you see right here. And here's another one here. Comes down and holds that board on. It's got those 4 resistors. They're all designed to hold things in place. So then this nut will have to come off, and then the board will have to come off. And there will probably be another nut behind it. And the same down here. So it's going to be kind of a tedious process. You don't want to destroy any of these components that look okay. Now something like this is no problem, but these things right here are possibly good. This is possibly good. These resistors might be good. I don't know. You know, I don't want to tear up anything that should not be torn up. Now underneath that first nut I just removed is a tab that has 3 things soldered to it. Little round eyelet there. Apparently it was using it as a ground. Alright. No problem. So now we got to move this little board here out of the way. Let's get all this over out of the way. Remove this little board here out of the way. Alright, we'll get that up. And just as I thought, there's another washer under there. And behind that is a spacer. And behind that is, yep, another nut. Now also attached to that screw is a wraparound piece of metal that went around this, looks like a 3-watt resistor, and the purpose of it is to hold it in place, also to help dissipate heat. You can bet on that. So we're going to go ahead and carefully remove this resistor and then get that spacer out over here and pull that screw out. Now I've gone ahead and put everything back on the screw in the same the same order in which it came off. So when it comes time to be putting it all back together, I won't have to be guessing about which screw was it and which spacer goes where. It's all ready to go. Now nearly all of the screws in these Atwater Kent chassis were all used for ground purposes. Here's another one in the corner. Again, a spacer and a tab where everything's been soldered to, and it's all connected to the chassis through that bolt, that screw and nut. I used the grinder on the moto tool to sort of, put a countersink down in the center of each of those rivet heads. Now I'm going to try to use the drill to drill them out. If it doesn't work, I'll just have to go back and finish grinding them all. Son of a gun, if it didn't work. There's the rivet head on the end of the drill. How about that? Alright, I think I have everything off that needs to be off. I'll have to do additional cleaning, and probably got to remove a piece of a rivet right there. But that's not a problem. Let's see. I wanted you to see. Let's see if we can get this thing off of here. I want to push these things down through. Let's do it this way. Just down through. Got to be careful of that oscillator coil. That's a real touchy little deal there. We'll pick it up gentle like. Get it over this chassis mounting tab down there at the bottom. Get it over the top of this tab. Bring these things down very carefully, very carefully. Bring this out. Out. And out. And there it is, folks. And there it is. There's the guts. There's this. I don't know. Maybe I better send this to Brendan. Until next time, this is John.